I want you to understand that forget whatever that is going on social media. Forget whatever that the Nigeria terrorist states are saying on social media and behaving on their National Assembly. They know that the game is over. I am telling you the fact. The northern Nigeria know that the game is over. I know what is going on within them. The presidency of Nigeria know that the game is over. The Senate President Ekpa knows that the game is over. The only people that do not know, or maybe they are just skeptical, are the gullible one Nigerians who are believing in the Nigeria terrorist army that they have the capability to eliminate Biafrans, not knowing that I actually lost the war already before even the war started.
My fellow Biafrans, I welcome all of you to this very program. I appreciate everyone that has connected. Please like and share to all platforms. Fellow Biafrans, the storm have gathered. I have said it before that we have to prepare our mind for what is coming. My fellow Biafran that is watching, we know that the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is going to join us, and he has a COS, which is the next in command after the Prime Minister, according to the order of the government. Today, we can see what is happening. We can see what is about to happen. I want you to continue to pay attention. Follow your conscience in everything you see. Do not be deceived. Do not be distracted. The enemies are not resting. They are not sleeping. I said it in my morning program that their attack is going to come inside out. I want you to use your tongue and count your teeth. Nobody's going to force you to do anything against your will, but I urge you to follow the order of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, whose COS is speaking on his behalf today. Whatever information you should take is information coming from the COS. He is the next in command. And COS, simply go and look the duty of a COS. Go and look it up. Then you will know whom to believe and whom to follow. The Chief of Staff of our Prime Minister is the only one who can stand in for him until he joins us. Let's watch and hear this small short clip.
This is why fighting colonialism and neocolonialism becomes very difficult. The neocolonizer has also recruited people within your ranks. They have trained your army. They have indoctrinated your army. So you fight and move 2 steps forward, but you are moved several steps backwards. And that is why the fight is not easy. The neocolonialist keeps on changing shape, keeps on recruiting people from within our ranks, and there is no shortage of people who want to be recruited for 30 pieces of silver. And that is why the fight is long, painful, and not easy to win. You know, when we talk about neocolonialism, I always remember these words of the Zambian called Simon Kapwepwe. Kapwepwe said, this colonizer who has become a neocolonizer will one day come as a foreign investor. And that is exactly what happened. So that apart from the French one, which is more vicious and more open, they don't even pretend, there are also other streams of neocolonialism, but the French one is the worst. Because the French never left. And where they were kicked out, as in Guinea they destroyed things, as in Algeria they destroyed things, as in Mali they destroyed things. But theirs is the more obvious and more vicious because they control all levers. They control not only your politics, they control your economics, they control your resources, they control your education. So their brand of neocolonialism is the most vicious. The other countries, such as the former colonies of Britain, what they did is that they leave you to run your politics. But even that they influence in some ways. But how do they now remain in your system? They remain in your system by controlling your economy in different areas. If you look at former British colonies, you'll discover they still control your agriculture. They control your pharmaceutical industry. Until very recently, they controlled your banking system. They control your intelligence. They still have their military bases. They train your army. So they appear to have gone, but they are not too far away. And of course, with the new entrance into the arena, such as the United States of America, they control you through different ways, like their cultural centers and NGOs. The NGOs are not innocent in this regard. These are Trojan horses. They continue to control your so-called civil society, so that you have a cadre of Africans who get money from non-governmental organizations, intelligent individuals, but their only claim to fame is that they write proposals and they write reports and they send them to whoever financed them. He or she who pays the piper calls the tune. And the funding is based on what is important to those countries. When it was human rights, they tell you, you deal with human rights, then we'll fund you. When it is multi-party democracies, they tell you, talk about multi-party democracy and we'll fund you. When it is climate change, they tell you, talk about climate change and we'll fund you. When it is LGBTQI, they tell you, talk about LGBTQI and we'll fund you. So that you see that there is always something. The neocolonials is always hatching plots and getting our men and women, particularly those who are intellectually endowed, to engage in these activities, because they know that if they control the cream of the society, then everybody will fall in place. Sometimes I imagine to myself the neocolonialists in the inner sanctum sitting down and say, we must not allow this to happen. Let us come and hatch another plot. And they're always hatching another plot. And we are always falling into the same environment through these plots. And we are always losing the battle. Even when we think we are winning, we are losing, because they know what they are doing. And they are several years ahead of us in terms of planning. This is the problem. They are involved in research at all levels. And we are kept squeezed. As they said, as I always remember these words, iconic words of George Floyd when he was being killed and they stepped on his neck and says, I can't breathe. The African can't breathe because the knees of the neocolonialists are on his neck, on her neck. Can't breathe, is gasping for air. That is the state in which we are.